welcome back to another video. I hope you had a really great holiday and had the opportunity to reset, rejuvenate, and spend some quality time with family. So I spent a good amount of time in late November and early December mindlessly hunting for apartments in Toronto. My 4-month lease was running out, and because of that I needed to move into a new space and make it my own. So apartment hunting in Toronto is really stressful, but at the same time it's very interesting because you get to see how these really large buildings are laid out and organized. So I had a very few specific requirements that I communicated very early on to my realtor, and based on that she was really able to hone in and concentrate on an area where we looked at most of the units in Toronto. So my requirements were the following. It had to be a 1-bedroom unit that was under $2,000. It had to have enough sunlight because I really need sunlight to function. It had to be pretty close to the subway because I have to commute to work, and I would rather not take the bus, especially during Canada winter. Since I don't have a car, it had to be accessible to groceries as well as restaurants. It had to be modern looking with built-in appliances. It had to have a built-in washer dryer, which was pretty standard in almost every building that we visited. And finally, it had to be a condo building because I do not want to live in basements anymore. So based on these parameters, my realtor, who by the way is literally an absolute G, and I'm gonna leave all of her information down in the description box in case you want to hit her up, which I really recommend. She will literally find you a place. Without her, I would have been homeless. Like, I'm not even making this up. Anyways, so based on these parameters, we've quickly found out that entertainment district would be a perfect fit for me, and this is where we looked at most of our units. And with that being said, let's dive right into it. So the first thing you see when you enter the unit is the bathroom. It was honestly really nice. It had a big mirror, it had a full bathtub, and it had like contrasting tiles. The black tiles were a really nice touch. And then as you come out of the bathroom, you can see there's a really narrow hallway that leads to the rest of the space. On the right side of it, there is a utility closet where you can, stuff random stuff in it. And then on the other side of the door, it's the washer and dryer, which was really nicely hidden away. And that was something that I really liked. Now, you can admire my shoes right there. But if we go further down, that's where the rest of the living room space is. Hello, Tasfia. Thanks for waving. Normal standard high ceilings. And then when you turn right, you see the bedroom, which had the narrow closet, which was something that I want to deduct points for. And another thing with the bedroom was that it was like those box type bedrooms where you don't really have a window, which was something that I didn't prefer. But before we say anything, can we just admire this view? 40-something floor. It was literally beautiful. But anyways, moving on. I liked how all the appliances were hidden. Dishwasher, fridge, freezer, everything was hidden out of sight. And so it looks really modern. And I also like the backsplash. I think that's what it's called. It was really nice too, yeah. Okay, so the next unit we saw was much older building, and as you can probably tell from the finishings and how it looks, it was pretty old. I mean, the benefit of older buildings is that they're usually bigger, which was the case here as well, as it was around 600 square feet. But the big drawback is how they look. It was dark, dingy, didn't have a balcony, and it was almost like falling apart. The current tenant also didn't do that great of a job of upkeeping the place, so it looked pretty whack, honestly. I didn't take much videos because I wanted to respect their privacy, but as you can see, the bathroom sink looked like it needed a renovation, and it was the same for the kitchen pretty much. The bedroom itself was pretty big, but again, like, what is that weird box in the middle of the room? It's also just, it was just an old house, and it had like an old house smell, which we couldn't explain. So overall, this was definitely a no-go, and I told my realtor, Amy, that it would be the last option. So from the pictures I saw for this unit, I really thought that this was going to be the one. I had a really good first impression because it had floor-to-ceiling windows, it had good views, it was on a higher floor, ample sunlight. It literally seemed perfect. The bedroom was good size as well. But the moment we walked in, all of our impressions, the good impressions, just went down the drain. And that was mostly because of how weird of a layout it had. Let me show you. So with this unit, the moment you walk in, just the way the couch and the table was laid out, it just felt so odd. Like I couldn't explain why it felt weird, but I just knew that it did. Um, like the moment we walked in, the way everything was set up, I couldn't think of another way to set it up. Even though the bathroom was nice, the views were good. Like look at that random bathroom door in the middle of the living room. Like the shape of it and the layout of it was so odd that it was something that really deterred me from even like considering it. The bedroom was actually really nice. It was really like big and, you know, well spaced out to the point where I could have fitted a desk as well in the bedroom if I wanted. But I was just really upset by the fact that the living room looked like the way it did. It was similar to the first one with the narrow hallway, but it was way bigger and it had really high ceilings, almost like a loft vibe, which I really appreciated. The person who lived here also did a really good job at decorating the place. The bathroom was really nice, and because of the way they decorated it, you kind of imagined how it would look like if, you know, you'd lived there. It was also really funny because the tenant was literally napping in a unit when we came to visit, and she was so shocked. The bedroom too was really nice and spacious. The neighborhood itself was really quiet too, which was so pleasant to see despite it literally being in the heart of Toronto. But sadly, we couldn't get this unit because apparently it was already rented out, which was so crazy because it was in the market for a day. Anyways, we said our goodbyes and moved on to the next. So this was one of the units that I really considered putting in an offer for. It was pretty generic modern looking, which was something I was looking for. You know, your gray bathroom floors, your tile backsplash, a big white mirror, etc., etc. You know the drill. It was decently sized, it had a full bathroom, a utility closet, and the unit itself was really nicely laid out because it was a square unit, so it would have been very easy to lay out furniture and also to imagine like living in a unit like this. The only thing that I didn't like was the fact that the living room had a pillar right there and it was really awkwardly positioned because now I couldn't fit an L-shaped couch, which really sucked. And also there was space behind the pillar, which would have gone to waste because what do you put behind the pillar? Like if you put a light, the light's just gonna get blocked, you know? And that was something that I really didn't like. But it was honestly something I was ready to ignore had I not liked the next space a little bit more. Okay, so with this unit, the moment you walk in the door, you turn left and you see the bathroom. And okay, turn around, please. Thank you. So the problem with this bathroom was that it's pretty small and it's also one of the only bathrooms that doesn't have a full bathtub or any bathtub. There's only like a shower place thing, but it was something that I really didn't care about because I don't take baths. Beside that, you have the closet where you keep your jackets and whatnot and other stuff. And then when you turn around, the kitchen is to the right side, and it was something that I really liked because even though it was an older building, it had finishings that were pretty modern. Everything was hidden away, and I really liked the backsplash because it wasn't like tiled, so it was a little different. As for the rest of the unit, it's pretty small. Like you can see, it's also like a square for the most part. And that's the living space. And then you go into the bedroom that has a barn door. The only weirdest part is the fact that there's the pillar in the bedroom, similar to the last unit, but that was in the living room. And the bedroom was carpeted, which was something that I really didn't appreciate. But why is this balcony so massive? Like, I would have preferred that they reduce the balcony space and increase my living space because we live in Canada where it literally snows 6 months in the year. But it was really nice. It was on the lower floor, but there was a little courtyard and it was pretty decent. So I don't know if you can already probably tell from my biased commentary, but we did end up putting in an offer for this unit and we got it. So I guess this is kind of an unofficial way of saying that this is going to be my new place. So let's go! Okay, anyways, but I'm probably going to have a full apartment tour plus a move-in vlog coming in the pipelines, but yeah, I hope you like this space. I hope you liked this video, and I hope it was useful in some way. And the biggest tip that I can leave off with is always get a realtor, because for the tenant, it's completely free and it saves you a lot of work. And thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one. Happy New Year again. Bye bye.